Welcome to session 8 of module 1 discrete Fourier transform in a subject digital signal processing for 5th semester electronics and communication engineering. In our previous classes we were discussing about what is discrete Fourier transform, how do you convert time domain representation to transform domain representation, how DFT is different from DTFT, and we solved some problems for 4.8 point. Then we continued with some properties of discrete Fourier transform like linearity, time reversal, time shifting, frequency shifting, circular convolution, circular correlation, Parseval's theorem, and so on. Now let us continue with some exam problems. First one, let x of n be a finite length sequence with DFT. X of k is equal to 10 minus 2 plus 2j minus 2 minus 2 minus 2j. They have given a signal x of n for which they have computed 4-point DFT already with this answer. Our question is, use some properties of DFT and find out the DFT of x1 of n and x2 of n related like this. Let us start with first one. x1 of n is equal to x of n plus 2 circularly shifted with respect to 4 samples. Let us apply DFT on both sides. DFT of x1 of n is x1 of k. If you have only x of n, its DFT is x of k, but it is left shifted by 2 units, so we'll multiply that with omega n power k. In this problem it is n plus 2, so it is omega 4 power minus 2k. So by applying DFT on both sides, x1 of n will become x1 of k, x of n will have a DFT of x of k. Because of shifting property, it becomes omega 4 power minus 2k. Very important property, try to understand this. x1 of k is equal to x of k into omega 4 power minus 2k. Now what is the values of k you want to substitute? K should vary between 0 to 3 because number of samples given for us is 4. So we are trying to calculate 4 points. So it becomes k is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. Let us put k is equal to 0. At k is equal to 0, x1 of 0 is equal to x of 0 into omega 4 power 0. What is x of 0 given? 10. 10 into, you know that omega 4 power 0 is 1, so 10 into 1 is 10. Let us try at k is equal to 1. At k is equal to 1, our formula becomes x1 of 1 is equal to x of 1 into omega 4 power minus 2. And we remember this diagram to calculate Twiddle factors for 4 points. And we have learned this as, this is real axis, this is negative real, this is imaginary, this is negative imaginary. And we have learned that if you move in anti-clockwise direction and there are negative powers of twiddle. What is omega 4 power minus 2 with respect to this diagram? This is omega 4 power 0, this is omega 4 power minus 1, and this is omega 4 power minus 2, that is minus 1. Multiply to get an answer 2 minus 2j. Let us try at k is equal to 2. At k is equal to 2, our x1 of 2 will be equal to x of 2 into omega 4 power minus 4. Using periodicity property, it becomes omega 4 power 0. Therefore, minus 2 into 1, that becomes minus 1. Try at 3. x1 of 3 is equal to x of 3 into omega 4 power minus 6. Use periodicity property. Minus 6 can be written as minus 4 minus 2. And left out is omega 4 power minus 2, which is again minus 1, and answer is 2 plus 2j. Put all the answers in the form of matrix. Therefore, x1 of k is equal to 10, 2 minus 2j, minus 2, and 2 plus 2j. And very important, in this complete calculation, I have not calculated DFT From the available answers, directly I have calculated the DFT for a new sequence x1 of n is equal to x of n plus 2 using shifting property. They have given one more problem. X2 of n is equal to x of 4 minus n. And we all know that x of 4 minus n can also be written as x of minus n circularly folded with respect to 4 samples. Now we want to invoke circular time reversal property. Circular time reversal property and apply DFT on both sides. X2 of n will become x2 of k. X will become x of k. Because of folding, it is minus k. If you are not happy, x of minus k can be written as x of n minus k, with k varying from 0 to 3. Let us put k values from 0 to 3. At 0, x2 of 0 is equal to x of 0. Already they have given 10. At 1, x2 of 1 is equal to x of minus 1. We can't calculate minus 1, so better x of 4 minus 1, and x of 4 minus 1 is x of 3. In the problem, x of 3 given is minus 2j. Write down here. At k is equal to 2, it becomes x2 of 2, that is x of minus 2, that is x of 4 minus 2, x of 2. In the problem, they have given x of 2 is equal to minus 2. Similarly, for k is equal to 3, in this formula k is equal to 3, in this formula k is equal to 3, that is x2 of 3 is equal to x of minus 3, can't write minus 3, so 4 minus 3, so it is 1, x of 1. In the problem, it is minus 2 plus 2j. Put all the answers in the form of matrix. Very simple problem. And second problem, coming to second problem, they have given one property like concept. Prove that summation n is equal to 0 to n minus 1 x star of n into y of n is equal to 1 by n summation k is equal to 0 to n minus 1 x star of k into y of k. See the concept here, almost all looking like it's a Parseval's theorem, but in a different way they have given. To understand this, first let us try to calculate, use the IDFT formula for x of n, and we'll take the complex conjugate on both sides. So x star of n will become 1 by n summation x star of k into omega n power plus k. This is small x, be careful, this is small x. Next, we'll consider our left hand side formula, summation x star of n into y of n. Wherever x star of n is there, we'll replace it by this IDFT formula. The remaining as it is will keep. This is your IDFT formula. Can we rearrange this complete formula? So 1 by n is there, summation k x star of k, interchange summations. From linearity property, I can rearrange the summations. So summation 0 to n minus 1 y of n into omega n power kn. This complete term looks like a DFT formula for y of n. So I'll write like this. Already outside 1 by n was waiting, summation k varying was waiting, x star of k is there. Now compare this fellow with your right hand side, it is same. Hence the proof. Very simple concept. Consider the given LHS. In place of x star of n, we substitute our IDFT formula. Once you substitute IDFT formula, almost all proof is over. Coming to next problem, they have taken one finite length sequence x of n, and they have done the DFT also. And when you calculate this, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 points they have tried. So we can easily tell that they would have calculated 4-point DFT for this particular problem, and the answer is ready. Again same question, use the properties of DFT and try to compute the DFT for x1 of n, x2 of n and x3 of n. Let us start with first problem. Given x1 of n is equal to e power j pi n by 2 into x of n. Always this term should be capital N. Capital N in this problem is 4, but here we have 2. Multiply and divide by 2, so it becomes 4. Always make sure that this term is 4 in this problem because we are calculating 4-point DFT. Now apply DFT on both sides and use circular frequency shift property. Why? Because we have multiplied exponential in time domain and we know that multiplication by an exponential in time domain is equivalent to shifting in frequency domain. So when I apply DFT on both sides, x1 of n will become x1 of k, and because of this multiplication by an exponential, and check for k naught here, it is k naught is 1 in this position, so our answer is x of k minus 1. If you recall this problem, I have done in the first few sessions. E power j 2 pi by n into k naught into n x of n has a DFT of x of k minus k naught. In this problem k naught we have 1, so I have written like this. Now it's a time to substitute k is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. Let us substitute k is equal to 0. At k is equal to 0, x1 of 0 is equal to x of minus 1. X of minus 1 can be written as 4 minus 1. That becomes x of 3. In the problem, x of 3 given is 1 minus j. We'll put it here. Put k is equal to 1. At 1, it becomes x of 0. Directly copy that 0 answer. Next step, at k is equal to 2. This is 2 minus 1. Therefore, it is 1. X of an answer is 1 plus j. Copy paste here. At k is equal to 3. x1 of 3 is x of 3 minus 1. That is x of 2. So, x of 2 answer is 1. Write down and put all the answers in the form of a matrix. This step is very important in the exam. Whatever you do these calculations, sometimes we can't check. You must put your complete answer as an array, as a matrix. Let us take the second one. What is x2 of n given? It is cos theta into x of n. So we know that cos theta into x of n, again mistake, it should be 4 because it is a 4 point. So mathematics tells that multiply and divide by 2. If I do that, it becomes 4. Always your capital N should be equal to 4 in this particular problem. Now cos theta, you know that cos theta is difficult. Using Euler's identity, it can be written as e power j theta plus e power minus j theta by 2. Now split this problem into two problems, x of n into e power j theta, x of n into e power minus j theta. Again same property, circular frequency shift. This fellow will have a DFT x of n minus x of k minus 1, and this fellow will have a DFT x of k plus 1. That is multiplication by an exponential in time domain becomes shifting in frequency domain. Let us start substituting different values of k from 0 to 3. You get the answers, put them in a suitable form. Substitution is easy, same procedure. So I'll skip this. Very important to try different values of k from 0 to 3. Next, now it is x3 of n is equal to x of n minus 1. Apply DFT on both sides. x3 of n will have a DFT of x3 of k. X of n minus 1 will have a DFT of x of k into omega n power minus kn or plus kn depending on your requirement. This is n naught. This concept is called as time shifting property, which I have tried here. And we have learned that shifting by n naught units is equivalent to multiplying an exponential k n naught, omega n power k n naught. In this problem, n naught is 1, so I have written n naught is equal to 1. Same procedure, substitute different values of k from 0 to 3, evaluate this function, write down here. You must know which property we are supposed to use exactly. Then substitution procedures are very simple. This is still good answer, good problem. They have given x of n is equal to 1, 3 by 4, 1 by 2 and 1 by 4. And the question is, with 4-point DFT x of k. x of n is given. They have not tried a DFT, but just they have told that it has a DFT of x of k. Your job is to plot the sequence y of n. See the speciality of this. You want to calculate, plot the sequence y of n, but y of n is not given, y of k is given. The relationship in frequency domain is given, but you want to bring it back to time domain. So very simple concept. Write down this formula, apply DFT on both sides. Sorry, IDFT on both sides. Y of k will have an IDFT of y of n. Only x of k will have a IDFT of x of n, but it is multiplied by an exponential, so you are supposed to perform shifting in time domain. Multiplication by an exponential in frequency domain becomes shifting in time domain. Finished. Now start substituting different values of n from 0 to 3. Evaluate this, you get an answer, put it down here. I am leaving this calculation for you. Concept is very important. Frequency domain relationship is given. Y of k is equal to x of k into omega 4 power 3k. Let us apply IDFT on both sides. IDFT of this fellow will become y of n is equal to x of n minus 3. So easy to substitute different values of n and then calculate. Now they have asked us to sketch the graph y of n. So nothing specified, you know that this is your origin. At n is equal to 0, it is 3 by 4. See, I written at n is equal to 0, our amplitude is 3 by 4. At n is equal to 1, amplitude is equal to 1 by 2, and so on as sketched. Next question is, let x of k denote 6-point DFT of a real sequence x of n is equal to 1, minus 1, 2, 3, 0, 0. Count the samples also. They have given 6 samples. We are happy. Now your question is to calculate y of n. But they have not given relationship in time domain. They have given the relationship in frequency domain. That is y of k is equal to x of k into omega 3 power 2k. Be careful, they have told it is 6-point DFT, which means that your value n is equal to 6. But here omega 3 is there. This 3 should be converted to 6. So best option, multiply by 2 here. Automatically multiplication becomes 2 here also. So your answer becomes omega 6 power 4k. Almost all problem is over. Very important concept in this is you want to multiply both numerator and denominator by 2, so that this 3 can be made as 6, because the problem given is 6 point. Now apply IDFT on both sides. Y of k will have a IDFT y of n. It is multiplication by an exponential in frequency domain. Therefore, shifting happens. Very simple. Substitute different values of n from 0 to 5. You get an answer y of n. This substitution and calculation work I am leaving to you. It's very simple. You can do almost all the problems. This is the procedure. Very important problem here is, we have a signal x of n or a sequence x of n, for which if I calculate n-point DFT, I get an answer x of k. This relationship of calculating x of k from x of n, they have denoted by a function called as x of k is equal to function of x of n, and you know that this function is a DFT function. Now the question is, what is the resulting sequence x of n operated upon 4 times? That is, y of k is equal to f of x of n. So 4 times we have computed this DFT on x of n, and what is the result expected is a question mark. So first important way of understanding is, Write down the relation what they have given. X of k is equal to function of x of n. They have given. Means when I apply DFT on x of n, I get an answer x of k. Reverse is true. X of k, if I take IDFT, it becomes 1 by n into x of n. Just a function I am trying. It's a function relationship. So if I do a function calculation, so you should be very careful when I apply x of n for DFT system, I get an answer x of k. So this function is something like sum of products. So same function you take, use it as IDFT with extra multiplication of 1 by n. So how do you relate these two is a question mark. So we can conclude from this rule that F inverse IDFT can be calculated with multiplication by 1 by n and the same function f. Our relationship f is equal to n times f inverse. This is very important to understand. If you want, I'll repeat once again. They have given that if you apply a function on x of n, you get x of k. And you all know that that function is a DFT function. X of n applied given to a DFT system, you get an answer x of k. The second question for that is, can we use this fellow to calculate IDFT of a system? Yes. If I give x of k to IDFT, I should get x of n. But I am using a function, something like sum of products. So I want to put an extra term also, that is 1 by n here. Now let us relate this formula. F inverse Fourier transform can be obtained from f by extra multiplication of 1 by n, because the concept is mathematically it's a sum of products. And conclusion, f is equal to n into f inverse. So wherever f is there, you can replace it by n times f inverse. 1f you keep it as it is. Next f you replace that as n into f inverse. Cancel f inverse f. Cancel f inverse f. And your answer will get multiplied with 2 times, that is n square into x of n. See the beauty of this particular problem. If you apply DFT 4 times, your answer is n square times x of n, that is multiplied by n square, which is nothing but amplified version of x of n. ನೋಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ. 4 ಸಲ ನೀವು DFT ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸೇಮ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಡೊಮೈನ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಆಟೋಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕಲಿ ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ n square is a number which is more than 1. So amplification happens. Next problem. Very good concept. Suppose that we are given a program to find DFT of a complex valued sequence x of n. How can we use this problem to find the inverse DFT of x of k? It's such a nice problem here. Something like in your logic design or digital electronics lab, you have a hardware called as adder. If I give inputs A and input B, my answer is A plus B. Now the question mark is, can I use this adder to work as subtractor? Yes, it is possible. You take the 2's complement of B and add, that becomes A minus B. Similarly, this complete question is, you have a program for DFT. Can you modify this program? Can you use, not modify, can you use this formula to program to work as IDFT? Yes, it is possible. Let us try. We have a DFT equation. X of k is equal to summation 0 to n minus 1 x of n into omega n power kn. I was telling this formula as sum of products. X of n into omega n power kn is a product term, and this is sum, so we should call that as sum of products. Take one more formula called as IDFT. We know this also. For this equation 2, that is IDFT formula, take complex conjugate on both sides. See here, this becomes x star of n, 1 by n no change, summation no change, x of k will become x star of k, omega n power minus kn will become omega n power plus kn. I'll cross multiply this n also to the other side and rearrange and see this formula. This formula 100% looks like a DFT formula, but instead of giving x of n, they have given with x star of k. It's a sum of products concept. It's a sum of products concept. Hardware or program will feel that as a sum of products. Don't worry. It's a product of two signals and sum. But when I observe this, it's 100% looking like DFT formula for x star of k. If I apply DFT for x star of k, my answer is n times x star of n. Afterwards, do some small rearrangement, you will get the answer, which I have shown in the form of block diagram. First, I'll get x of k. I'll take the complex conjugate to become x star of k. Now I'll pass it through DFT system. The answer is n times x of n. I don't want n, so multiply by 1 by n. I'll get x star of n. I don't want star, so to get x complex conjugate, I get x of n. Observe this complete block diagram. Input is x of k, output is x of n, means you feel that this is your IDFT. All blocks inside this box is IDFT, but internally you are using DFT hardware. This concept is called as how to use DFT hardware to work as IDFT. This can be done like this. Next concept, next problem. Evaluate the following function without computing DFT, and the function is summation k is equal to 0 to 11 e power j 4 pi k by 6 into x of k for a given 12-point sequence like this. Very simple concept. They have given 12-point sequence x of n, and you are supposed to evaluate this number, but condition is don't compute DFT. Don't compute DFT. Very important information. What is the value of n they have given? It is 12. But here it is 6. Many times I have told this can be converted to 12 by multiplying and dividing by 2. So our formula looks like this. Summation k is equal to 0 to 11 e power minus j 2 by 4k by 6 into x of k. Let us take the help of IDFT formula. From the definition of IDFT, our formula looks like this. X of n is equal to 1 by n, summation k is equal to 0 to n minus 1, x of k into e power j 2 pi by n into kn. This is our IDFT general formula for x of k. Now let us calculate the IDFT for these two terms. That is e power j theta into x of k, means wherever x of k is there, I'll replace it by e power j theta into x of k. Done. If it is only x of k is there, its IDFT is x of n. But extra exponential is multiplied. Multiplication by an exponential in frequency domain is equivalent to shifting in time domain. Done. Come back to this. Here also a rearrangement, that's all. Now what I will do is, wherever n is there, I'll put n is equal to 0. If I put n is equal to 0, this e power j theta term will become 1 because n term is there. This will not get cancelled. And left out answer is this. When I put n is equal to 0, x of n minus 4 will become x of minus 4. You know that x of minus 4 can be written as capital N minus 4. Capital N is 12. So x of 12 minus 4, that is x of 8. Your x of 8 in your problem is minus 5. And this 12 you can cross multiply. So in the left side, only left out is summation k is equal to 0 to 11 x of k into e power minus j 2 pi 4k by 12, which is the required answer. So your answer is 60, that is minus 60. It's a small ideas here how to use IDFT formula to reach to this particular formula. Next problem. They have taken one periodic sequence xp of n of length n or period n, and they have calculated n point DFT to get the answer x1 of k. Carefully understand this. I had a periodic sequence. I have taken one cycle, maybe some 4 samples. When I calculate n point DFT, 4 point DFT for this, I get an answer x1 of k. That is one part. Second, instead of taking one cycle, you take 3 cycles, 3 cycles. So 3 n point DFT is denoted by x3 of k. So since our problem is periodic, if you take one period and compute the DFT, it is called as x1 of k. You take 3 periods and take the DFT, it is called as x3 of k. Now the question given is, what is the relationship between x1 of k and x2 of k? You are supposed to compute the relationship between x1 of k and x3 of k. Also verify your result for a given problem. First sample is 2, 1. If you take only one cycle, if you take 3 cycles, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. This is how what they have given. Let us start from the beginning. From the definition of DFT, we have this formula. Just copy down this formula as it is. Means you are trying to calculate n point DFT. Therefore, denote it by x1 of k for the periodic sequence xp of n. Second step, calculate 3 n point DFT for this. So xp of n DFT for 3 cycles, 3 periods is x3 of k. But the limits will change, not between 0 to n minus 1, it is between 0 to 3n minus 1. So wherever capital N is there, you are supposed to replace it by 3n. How many cycles we have taken? 3 cycles we have taken. So better we divide that into 3 separate summation. First summation, second summation and third summation. Why sir you have taken like this? Simple logic. If you take first cycle, it is x of n. If you take next cycle, xp of n plus n. Next cycle, xp of n plus 2n. So wherever small n is there, you can replace it by n plus capital N for second cycle, n plus 2n for third cycle, and divide this one summation into 3 summations like this. Next, first summation, no issues. In the second summation, the residual factor looks like e power a plus b. We can split that into e power a into e power b. Always remember this fundamental match. E power a plus b can be written as e power a into e power b. That's it in all the cases. And as you all know that using periodicity property, xp of n plus capital N can be written as xp of n. Xp of n plus 2 times capital N can be written as xp of n. And one more extra verb, omega 3n power nk. This capital N and capital N can be cancelled, so it becomes omega 3 power k. With all this adjustment, our formula becomes x3 of k. This formula becomes x3 of k is equal to summation 0 to n minus 1. In all the cases, xp of n is common. I have taken from the first term, it is 1 is left out. Second term, a constant, 12 omega 3 power k. Next term, omega 3 power 2k and all common twiddle factor omega n power n into k by 3. So this summation is varying with respect to n. So all this constant I'll take out 1 plus omega 3 power k plus omega 3 power 2k. Left out term looks like summation 0 to n minus 1 xp of n into omega n power n into k by 3. This should be k, but it is k by 3, so that you write this answer as x1 of k by 3. So relationship between x3 and x1 looks like this. x3 of k is equal to 1 plus omega 3 power k plus omega 3 power 2k multiplied with x1 of k by 3. This is first part. Coming to second part, given x1 of n is equal to 2 comma 1. How many samples are there? 2 samples are there. So I'll apply 2-point DFT. So my x1 of k is equal to 2 plus 1 times omega 2 power 1k. Next, in x3 of n, how many samples they have given? 6 samples they have given. So I'll apply 6-point DFT on both sides. For this 6-point DFT is x3 of k is equal to 2 plus 1 into omega 6 power 1k plus 2 into omega 6 power 2k and so on you get. You rearrange all these twiddles. Omega 6 power k can be written like this. 6 can be written as 2 into 3. This 3 can be taken here. So with all these rearrangements, the first 2 terms like this, second 2 terms take down a common like this, last 2 terms take out this common and like this. In all 3 terms, who is common? 2 plus omega 2 power k by 3 is common. Take it outside. Left out term is 1 plus omega 6 power 2k plus omega 6 power 4k. Rearrange this also. 2 and 6 you can cancel and rewrite this as omega 3 power k. 2 and this can be adjusted as omega 3 power 2k, and compare this answer with our previous fellow. Hence the property is verified. It looks different, but it's very simple concept. And one more problem is they have taken a sequence x of n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 with DFT x of k is equal to 10 minus 2 plus 2j minus 2 minus 2 minus 2j. You are asked to calculate the DFT of a sequence 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0. You can observe that in each alternate position they have inserted 0. In future subjects you call this as upsampling. Here number of samples were 4. Now the number of samples are 8. When you increase number of samples, it is called as upsampling. Now the question mark is, I don't want to calculate DFT, just calculate the DFT of this x1 of n 10, 20, 30, 40 without actually evaluating the DFT. Means you should not calculate 8-point DFT and tell me the answer. You should tell the answer by seeing these two relationship only. So let us compute DFT for x1 of n, something like this. Instead of x of n, we have taken that as x1 of n. We can split this summation into two summations, one for even terms, the other terms odd terms. What I have taken like this is even positions means 0, 2, 4, 6. What is the position of this one? It is x of 0. This is x of 2, x of 4, x of 6. So I can split this problem into two summation. One summation handling only even samples, other summation handling only odd samples. Why I took like this? Because in the other summation I can make it as zeros and no need to calculate 0 because odd samples are zeros. Only this term is left out. In this capital N, I'll put 8, I'll bring this 2 here, I'll simplify this, it looks like 100% DFT formula. Very simple answer, x1 of k is equal to x of k itself in both the position 0, 1, 2, 3 as well as, you can plug it like this, as well as at 4, 5, 6, 7. So copy paste x of a answers. What is x of k answers? 10 minus 2 plus 2j minus 2 minus 2 minus 2j. Afterwards again copy same answers. Observe this logic here. Your answer is repeating after every 4 samples. That's it. Hope you understood this also. Next problem is they have given a problem to compute n-point DFT for x of n is equal to half plus cos square theta. You must remember that cos square theta formula is given by 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2. So rearrange this. Again cos theta problem is given by e power j theta plus e power minus j theta by 2. Rearrange. This becomes 3 problems, 1, 2 and 3. Directly using properties. 1 will have a DFT of n times delta k. Multiplication by an exponential will be shifting in frequency domain. Multiplication by an exponential will be shifting in frequency domain. Club all the answers, that is your problem. Once again, remember that cos square theta must be splitted as 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2. Further, cos theta should be written as e power j theta plus e power minus j theta by 2. So totally you will have 3 terms, this and this. So constant 1 will have delta k. Exponential multiplication is shifting in frequency domain. Put all these 3 answers, that is your DFT. With this, I'll wind up our session 8. Thank you.